Okay, with Oliver de la Harpe, Parrot is the short film. It played at the comedy festival. You are the co-writer, the co-producer, and the star of the film, correct?
Yes, sir.
So tell me about so you co-wrote the screenplay with somebody else. Tell me about the seed of the idea, who kind of came up with this kind of crazy idea.
So we were during COVID and lockdown, me and my friend were constantly Skyping, Facebook chats about different TV show ideas we were throwing around. And we thought, hey, we got the time, let's just sit down and write something. So we created a pilot with all the characters you see in the show. And from that, we just started tinkering around with different episode ideas. So then one night I just sat down, I think the first draft of what is now known as Parrot was about 40 pages and would be the second episode of this show. And once we started throwing that back and forth, we thought, oh, we could actually shoot this. It's very doable. It's one location pretty much locked down. Let's see where this goes. And that kind of changed and morphed into what you see in the short film now.
So it says it's based on the true story. Is that true?
Yes, loosely based off of two stories. One is the co-writer's 18th birthday party, which the game of Wizard, the weird love triangle, him trying to be with these different people, that's all took place. And pretty much everything with myself and the parrot lady happened except for me having the parrot. But the whole conversation with the dollar, her giving it to me, the true story around that was she wanted me to take a photo with her parrot for $1, which is what you see at the end of the film.
Yeah.
But those two somehow narratively really fit together, which is also strange because both events happen on the same day, 4 years apart.
How do you know it was the same day?
Facebook memories. They, for some reason, his birthday party and the picture showed up a couple, I think the year after we filmed it, or it was this year. And we both fact checked it and looked at all our data. It was like, yeah, it's the same day, just 4 years away from each other.
So you play the old lady too, right?
Yes. That was kind of a workaround because we couldn't find anyone else to play her. And it was more on the director and the co-writer saying, oh, you pretty much know what happened. You could do justice to it. Okay.
So you're kind of like doing a Doctor Strange love, where like I don't even.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're British, you know the reference, but no,
I
just
love that movie. And
yeah.
yeah, multiple hats, same film.
So okay, so tell me about the who designed the parrot.
The parrot design was between, I've got it right here.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
the parrot was designed between the co-writer Charles and a friend of the director Kira, who also designed a poster. And they had a couple different drafts, and then they sent that off to a I can't remember her name, uh, a woman in England who commissions puppets. And I think the first turnaround was a look like this, and we fell in love with it. So, a love child between three different people.
Gotcha. That's interesting.
Mm. Yeah, it came out amazing. I wasn't overly sold on the idea of a obviously fake looking parrot, but as soon as this came out of the box and we all saw it in real life, I was just like, "Yep, it makes a film."
It looks like a Muppet. It kind of has
Yeah,
like a Muppet vibe to it.
very much so. It's quite large, very expressive, even though she's
Yeah,
got blank eyes.
exactly. The face, you know, it's always overdeveloped, I guess, right?
Oh yeah, it's very projectable. You can put whatever emotion you want onto it, and it reads.
I have to ask because since you brought up the puppet and people are doing the audio podcast, it's where I'll try to describe it. But what's over your left shoulder above? What's all those things up there?
Oh, that is my collection of Funko Pops. I've got
Funko
quite a lot.
Pops?
Yeah, they're miniature collectibles of every single franchise you can imagine. So I've got Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Dirty Dancing, Pokemon, Naruto. They're just nice little figures.
But you don't take them out of the box.
Some I do. Uh, they're just easier to stack when they're in them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but
is it like a, I thought it was like a value component. Like it's like more valuable if you don't take it out of the box.
some definitely keep the value. For me, I'm not really gonna sell them, so taking them out, keeping them in will have the same value to me. But I have a friend who has a massive collection, and he swears down he's never taken them out of the box. He's keeping them in pristine condition. And
Okay, thanks for the quick segue. So
no
basically,
worries.
okay, so you when you were writing this, you kind of always knew you wanted to be in the film. You wanted to be the star of the film, I guess.
Yeah, that was always the idea. I when writing this story in particular, I kind of centered what I knew I could do into the character, like very much anger, anxiety, sporadic nature. That's all me, pretty much.
But
But
you're an
then,
actor by trade, correct?
yeah, trying to be. It's what my career is, or my career I'm hoping for. But writing, I've always had a love for. Filmmaking, I've always had a love for. But acting takes the number one position for me.
So where does what's your accent? Where I can't place it. Where's it from?
So it's English, but I've been in Canada for 10 years now.
Oh, okay.
So it's slowly shifting.
Yeah. So you're
Uh,
kind of, I always say that like you're like you go to England and you have an accent to them. You're in Canada, you have an accent to them. So it's like you have an accent everywhere.
yeah, it's no longer discreet. I mean, if you hear Christian Bale's natural voice, it's you can't place it anywhere because he's switching into so many different roles constantly. You get a bit of Welsh, you get a bit of English, you get a bit of American on different words he says because he's just so traveled and his dialect just ranges from everywhere.
Are you looking for the same thing, I guess?
No, I'd love to keep the English as much as I can.
No, I meant like the Christian Bale acting kind of prowess, I guess.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
But you're more of
That I
a
would love.
comedian, I guess, right? Like you have that vibe, that tone.
I hope so. I've mainly done more serious roles in the past. I normally do, or I started doing theater and as more like dramatic, serious roles. But me and my friends out here, we always preferred goofing around a bit.
Mhm.
So our first big project together, we're like, oh, let's just do something fun. We've never done comedy together. So this was my first real try at a comedy film.
So you're having like especially the party scene, it's a pretty extensive cast.
Oh,
And
yes.
there's some key moments that people are going to play in the film. Where did you grab this vast cast and especially like the kind of the key roles in the party?
A lot of them are friends from film school and different friends I'd meet on different sets. So the whole script, as we were rewriting it, I already had it cast in my head because I knew who I wanted to work with, who would be great to be around on set. So as we were going down, like, okay, my friend John will be Chuck. He's very much puppy dog, easily likable. My friend Jane, she's amazing. She can be the Duchess. Andrew, I worked on in a film just before him. Like he'd be great as Roosevelt. He's carries charisma through and everywhere. And Mike, who is the voices the parrot, he's one of the most fantastic actors I knew, and he's on sets all the time. And I thought it'd be really funny if we never see his face and just make him the voice of the parrot.
Okay.
Also, he doesn't have any puppeteering roles on his resume, so I thought this would intrigue him enough to say yes to it.
Oh, so you weren't being a ventriloquist, I guess.
No, he for the whole
I'm kidding, but yeah,
oh
yeah. Go
yeah.
ahead.
No, he was on set uh being the puppet as well as voicing it, which was a lot of help being one on one, so we didn't have to like pretend to act to someone else later on down the road.
Gotcha. So yeah, so it's a pretty big cast, and you
Mm.
got. I do have to ask. It's like there's on your credits on Film Freeway. I think you have like 7 credited boom operators.
Yeah, sound ops are very expensive, and we were working with a very tight budget. And all my friends that went to film school with, part of our training was learning every different part of the set life. So all the people I knew there, I'm like, they know how to sound operate. Okay, let's just keep swapping in between scenes when people aren't being used.
Gotcha. So you decided to give them all credits.
Yeah. Everyone had multiple hats during this film, so the tough part was trying to figure out how much people did. Like, okay, what did they do? Boom up, set deck, this, that. Make sure everyone gets the appropriate credit for it.
And then so then Camera Faulkner was your director. What where did you how did you find him?
He was a close friend with my co-writer. Uh, During lockdown in England, there was periods of time where you were only allowed outside the house for 2 hours, I think, for like exercise needs. So my co-writing friend would talk to him about this film just to get ideas on how to like proceed and go forward with it in the future. And when he eventually handed him the script, he then looked at it, he goes, "Oh no, this is very filmable, very easy to do, and I want to do it." He fell in love with the script right away. So from a very early point, he was on board, which was amazing.
It's tone wise, it's not an easy film to kind of put together to direct. Were you could did you have any like did he kind of give you a game plan of what how he was going to shoot it? Or I'm curious about that process.
There was talks of how we would like to shoot it, and then when we got to the location, it wasn't. It was smaller than we thought we were gonna have, so that changed everything. So a lot of the shots was okay. Let's just set up a camera here. Let's go for it. See what we can do, and go from there. Because there was a lot of shots that we had to leave out for timing as well, where we had the parrot running away in the garden. We didn't have enough time to grab that. There was a sliding shot during the game of Wizard to see them drinking. We didn't have enough time to nail that scene down, so we had to compromise on a lot. But he definitely had an eye for oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Uh, I guess running gunning it.
Gotcha. Because there's a lot, especially at the party, right? Like there's like a
Mm,
lot of insert shots. There's a lot of kind of reaction shots from the actors and basically from the characters in the film, and he's like kind of moving the camera in different directions, and like he's kind of like you're kind of the point of view character, I guess, right? So
yeah. There was a lot of times where he'd be setting up a shot, and I'd be like, I don't think we planned for this. Do we have time for this? It goes, oh no, oh yeah, we'll get this, and it will look great. And as kind of concerned as I was at the time, when I see the end result, I'm like, oh no, you know exactly what you were doing, and it looks amazing.
yeah, because he really kind of knows how to frame these like especially when there's multiple actors in a frame and kind
Mm.
of like the most comedic way, the funniest way possible.
Oh yeah, he's definitely got an eye for that. He's a big fan of this Australian sketch comedy group called Auntie Donna, and a lot of the film kind of took inspiration from some of their framing devices, and also the US show Arrested Development, all their crash zooms and how they would feature people in frame. So he would take a lot of reference and inspiration from those two to throw in here, which lended itself perfectly.
Gotcha. Yeah, Arrested Development's like almost 20 years old. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're in your late 20s, right? So you must have been like a young tuck when that movie came out, or that TV series came out.
Yeah, I don't remember. I remember when the Netflix season 4 came out,
Yeah,
but I have no recollection of when the original show started premiering.
yeah. I think it's like early 2000s. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because Michael Cera's really young in that. I think
Yeah,
that was his like first breakout role too.
yeah. And obviously Jason Bateman career
Mm,
renaissance. So
yeah,
okay, so basically were you part of the editing process? Like when you kind of like it's 24 minutes, it's a longer short film.
yeah.
Were you worried about the length? Were you part of the kind of putting together film together in post?
We always knew they was going to run around 20 to 25 minutes ish. The main struggle that we had was with the director living in England at the time. He now lives out here, but he would compile everything, edit it, upload it to YouTube, and then we'd have hour-long session notes where myself and the co-writer would review it with him and just keep giving notes back and forth. I think the editing itself took over a year.
Oh wow.
It would have been a lot quicker if we were all in the same country, condensed in the same room together, but because there was so much back and forth, we couldn't watch it off his computer, get the right sound off the computer as well. It was very hard to keep making adjustments to how we were liking it.
So basically, but then when did you know when it was done? Like it's like,
I think we just pushed the button and said it's we could keep making edits, but it's
yeah,
where it is. We like it. We think it's funny. We think it's entertaining. Adding anything more could ruin it at this point.
yeah. Yeah, because you look different in the film. So how long was this filmed?
Oh, we filmed in the summer of 2022.
Okay. So it's
So
not
it's
yet, so
been
2 years ago, I
yeah,
guess, right?
yeah.
That's not bad.
No, it's crazy to think it was like it feels like last year still.
Yeah.
It
Well,
doesn't
it's
feel like
only
it was
two
two
years
years
ago, but
ago.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So you live in Vancouver, correct?
Yes, sir.
So what put you what brought you from England to Vancouver?
Well, I moved to Edmonton first because
Oh
I had
wow, okay.
yeah, I have family out there and I had dual citizenship, so university was a lot cheaper than England.
I
And I
thought it
could
was the
do
opposite, but okay.
uh, yeah, you'd be surprised. Um,
I thought they don't they pay for the education in England or no? Am I
not
staying corrected?
not higher education. Like you get up until college and then university.
Oh, that's so they pay for college, but they don't like a kind of a trade school or kind of, but they don't trade pay for university.
Yeah. That's how it works. Thing is, at the time, averaged £9,000 a year, as opposed to I think it cost me $6,000 a year out here.
Okay.
So a
You
big
went to
difference.
Edmonton to school. Do you went to like film school or
I went to University of Alberta. I took their theater program
okay.
with a minor in film studies, and then I was kind of getting to a point where I had a yearning to really try and buckle down and try out film because I've been doing theater my whole life. So then I saw an ad for Vancouver Film School. Actually, my aunt sent me an ad for Vancouver Film School because they were doing open auditions in Edmonton. But give it a shot. Went there, tried out, got in. I'm like, oh, I guess I'm going to Vancouver now. Then
Gotcha.
made a trip out here, and I haven't left since. So I did Vancouver Film School 2019. I finished.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then
Edmonton's a tough school, a tough city. It's cold.
yeah, but it's kind of built so you could survive it.
Like Mall of
Like,
America.
yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm thinking Minnesota. What's the mall called in
Oh,
Edmonton?
West Edmonton Mall.
West Edmonton Mall. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
everything
gigantic
you need
mall,
to.
but yeah,
Yeah, the art scene's really fun out there. Where you got the Fringe Festival every summer, some great theater shows going on. Now their film scene's picking up, so I may make a trip back there. But
did you take up hockey?
no, I'm not built for sports.
It's just because it's like the religion, right? Like in Edmonton.
Yeah,
So yeah.
I'll watch it. I was very sad when the Oilers lost the
Oh, okay,
Stanley
so
Cup
you're paying
final, but
attention. Okay.
yeah.
That's sort of what I meant. Did you like pretend did
Oh,
you
oh
like
yeah, I participated in the viewership of it.
the viewership? Yeah.
Yeah, but not the playing. But I would get destroyed if I took part in that.
So you went to Vancouver, and like a lot of these people were in your film are people that you might have Vancouver Film School. What is your kind of goal? You're doing auditions. I'm assuming as an actor, you're kind of like, what's the next step for you? What are you up to?
Trying to write my way into the industry.
Okay,
It's very competitive. So my friends and I were all of the same mindset of let's just make our own stuff until something sticks and we can basically work for ourselves. So with Parrot, uh, we've created a whole pitch package behind a TV show to support the characters going forward, which we've now sent off. So hopefully something happens of that. But my goal is just creating my own work and just having fun with friends on set.
that seems like a good idea.
It's hard work, but it pays off.
Did you ever think of directing a film?
One day, I think I'd get more comfortable acting and producing it on set because I know if I direct something, I'll want to be in it. It's the actor inside of me just itching away, going, "Let me be in it."
Gotcha.
Uh,
Yeah. Well, yeah. All right, man. Well, like, yeah, you kind of nailed this role. Like, it's not easy
oh,
to.
thank you.
You're in every scene basically, and
Yes,
you basically. I'm sure was someone could make sure your hairstyle was the same throughout. There was some like continuity. You're
we
kind
had
of
a
disheveled throughout the film.
we had a very good makeup artist on set. Her
Yeah,
name's Vivi, and we filmed in the middle of a heat dome. So it was plus 30 degrees. We're all cramped in a tiny apartment, and I was sweating constantly. So her idea and goal was just, you already look disheveled. I'm just going to try and keep you looking bad. I'm like,
yeah.
perfect.
That's a good. That was a
Perfect.
smart. Yeah. Well, it kind of served the story too better too,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah, we kind of lucked out in that department where we could use it to our advantage.
yeah. Next time you'll be in heat wave and you'll be wearing a tuxedo and having to look as handsome as possible, right? So
Well, the actor playing Hilbert, a friend of mine, Wyatt, kind of wasn't a fan of wearing a suit the entire shoot.
yeah,
And then the guy playing the pirate, Tucker, he also was having a lot of difficulties on set in full pirate outfit and makeup every day.
gotcha. Well, man, I wish you the ultimate best of success with this film. It seems like it's doing well on the festival circuit, and basically just you and good luck with your next film. Good luck with your next projects and whatever that is.
Oh, thank you very much. Hopefully we can show it at Wild Sound when there's more projects out there.
Yeah, and keep writing. That's the goal, right? It's like that's the mission. Just keep writing.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Talk soon.
All right, thank you.